Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we are diving into one of the most talked about Lincoln cents among collectors, the Liberty 1 cent 1983 D coin with an unusual no-mint mark appearance. This fascinating coin has captured the attention of collectors across the country, and some believe that rare examples could be worth an astonishing amount of money. Imagine finding a simple penny in your pocket change and discovering that it could be worth far more than its face value. That's exactly why coin collecting continues to be one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. Every year, collectors search through rolls of pennies, old jars, and inherited collections hoping to uncover a hidden treasure. The 1983 Lincoln 1 cent coin is already an important date in modern American coinage history. During this period, the United States Mint was producing pennies using a copper-plated zinc composition rather than the older bronze composition that had been used for decades. This transition created opportunities for unusual varieties, minting errors, and rare collectible pieces that continue to attract attention today. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. The word Liberty appears to the left of Lincoln's portrait, while the date 1983 appears on the right side. Above Lincoln's head is the national motto, "In God We Trust." The design is simple yet instantly recognizable, making the Lincoln cent one of the most collected coins in America. On the reverse, collectors find the familiar Lincoln memorial design that was used on pennies from 1959 through 2008. The inscriptions United States of America and 1 cent surround the memorial, while the motto E Pluribus Unum appears above the building. This classic reverse design remains a favorite among collectors because of its historical significance and detailed appearance. What makes certain 1983 coins so special is the possibility of minting errors and unusual production characteristics. During the minting process, countless factors can contribute to the creation of a rare coin. Die errors, striking mistakes, planchet issues, and other manufacturing anomalies can transform an ordinary penny into a highly sought-after collectible. Collectors often pay special attention to coins that appear different from standard examples. A coin showing unusual characteristics, especially one that has been authenticated by professional grading services, can generate tremendous interest within the numismatic community. These rare pieces become the subject of discussions, auctions, and collector searches that continue for years. One reason the 1983 penny remains popular is the existence of several known varieties. Some examples feature doubling that can be seen on lettering and design elements. Others may display striking abnormalities that distinguish them from regular circulation coins. These varieties are carefully studied by experts who examine every detail under magnification. Condition also plays a crucial role in determining value. A coin that has remained in exceptional condition for decades is naturally more desirable than one that has experienced heavy circulation. Collectors use grading standards to evaluate preservation, luster, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. When discussing valuable coins, authentication becomes extremely important. Professional grading companies examine coins to verify authenticity, identify varieties, and assign grades. Their assessments help buyers and sellers establish confidence in the marketplace and ensure that rare discoveries receive proper recognition. Now let's talk about market value. Most 1983 pennies found in circulation are worth only a small amount above face value. However, rare varieties, significant minting errors, and exceptionally preserved examples can command much higher prices. The coin market rewards rarity, condition, and collector demand. Stories of valuable pennies continue to inspire collectors worldwide. Every year, reports emerge of unusual coins selling for impressive amounts at auctions. These stories encourage hobbyists to inspect their collections more carefully and learn more about the fascinating world of numismatics. If you own a 1983 Lincoln cent, there are several features you should examine. Start by looking closely at the date, lettering, and overall strike quality. Use a magnifying glass to search for doubling, unusual marks, or characteristics that seem different from ordinary examples. Compare your coin with known varieties and consult reputable references whenever possible. Another important factor is weight. Certain rare transitional errors can sometimes be identified by weighing a coin accurately. Even small differences in weight may provide clues about how a coin was produced. Serious collectors often use digital scales capable of measuring precise fractions of a gram. Storage is equally important for preserving collectible coins. Keep valuable coins in protective holders and avoid excessive handling. Fingerprints, scratches, and environmental damage can reduce both appearance and value. Proper storage helps maintain the condition that collectors and grading services appreciate. The excitement surrounding rare coins comes from the possibility that extraordinary treasures may still be waiting to be discovered. Millions of coins change hands every day, creating endless opportunities for observant collectors. While most coins are common, the occasional rare find keeps the hobby exciting and rewarding. Many experienced collectors recommend learning as much as possible before making buying or selling decisions. Knowledge is one of the most valuable tools in coin collecting. Understanding minting processes, grading standards, historical context, and market trends can help collectors make informed choices. Today we are taking a close look at a fascinating coin that continues to attract attention from collectors across the United States and around the world. We are talking about the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin may look like an ordinary penny that many people have seen countless times. In fact, millions of these coins were produced and circulated throughout the country. However, what makes certain examples interesting is that some collectors believe hidden treasures may still be found among these seemingly common coins. Could a 1984 penny sitting in an old coin jar be worth more than its face value? What details should collectors look for? And why has this coin become a topic of discussion in the coin collecting community? Stay with us until the end because we will explore the history, design, rarity factors, era varieties, and potential market value of the 1984 Liberty 1-cent with no mint mark. The Lincoln cent has one of the longest and most respected histories in American coinage. First introduced in 1909, it was created to honor President Abraham Lincoln. The coin became an instant success and remains one of the most recognizable coins ever produced by the United States Mint. The 1984 penny continues this tradition. On the front of the coin, known as the obverse, collectors will find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The word Liberty appears to the left of Lincoln's image, while the year 1984 appears on the right side. Above Lincoln's portrait is the famous motto, "I and God we trust." Many collectors become curious when they see a 1984 penny without a mint mark. A missing mint mark can sometimes signal rarity on certain coins. However, in the case of most 1984 pennies, no mint mark simply indicates that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that period, Philadelphia pennies were commonly struck without a mint mark. Therefore, the absence of a mint mark alone does not automatically make the coin rare or valuable. Now let's discuss why some 1984 pennies attract significant attention from collectors. The answer lies in condition and mint errors. Coin condition plays a major role in determining value. A heavily circulated penny that spent years in pockets and cash registers may be worth only a small premium above face value. However, a coin preserved in exceptional condition with strong original luster can command a much higher price. Collectors often seek coins graded mint state by professional grading companies. These high-grade examples are more difficult to find because most coins entered circulation shortly after being produced. Another reason for collector interest involves mint errors and varieties. One of the most famous varieties associated with the 1984 Lincoln cent is the doubled ear variety. On this coin, part of Lincoln's ear appears doubled due to a die error during the minting process. This fascinating variety has become one of the most popular Lincoln cent errors from the 1980s. Depending on condition, authenticated examples can sell for significantly more than ordinary 1984 pennies. Because of this variety, many collectors examine every 1984 penny they encounter using magnification. Imagine searching through a jar of old coins and discovering a variety that other people overlooked for decades. That possibility is one reason coin collecting remains such an exciting hobby. When examining a 1984 penny, collectors should carefully inspect the following areas. First, check the date and lettering for unusual doubling. Second, inspect Lincoln's ear for signs of the famous doubled ear variety. Third, look for off-center strikes, die cracks, or other unusual minting errors. Fourth, evaluate the overall condition of the coin. Sharp details, minimal wear, and strong luster can dramatically improve value. Fifth, consider professional grading if the coin appears exceptional or displays a notable error. Professional grading services authenticate coins, evaluate condition, and provide a standardized grade that helps establish market value. Now let's talk about value. Many people search online hoping to discover that a penny in their collection is worth a fortune. While extraordinary discoveries do occur, realistic expectations are important. Most regular 1984 Lincoln cents with no mint mark remain common and typically trade for modest amounts depending on condition. However, high-grade examples, certified specimens, and recognized error varieties can command substantially higher prices. The famous doubled ear variety is often the key reason collectors pay special attention to 1984 pennies. Well-preserved examples of this variety can bring impressive premiums compared to ordinary coins. Auction prices can vary widely depending on rarity, eye appeal, certification, market demand, and collector competition. Whenever you encounter claims that a common penny is worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, it is wise to verify the information through reputable auction records and professional grading services. The coin market rewards genuine rarity, exceptional preservation, and documented demand. This is why education is one of the most valuable tools a collector can possess. The more you learn about varieties, grading standards, and minting errors, the greater your ability to identify interesting coins. Many successful collectors began with simple pocket change searches. They studied coin characteristics, learned how to identify varieties, and gradually developed expertise. The 1984 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark serves as a perfect example of how an everyday coin can become a fascinating collectible. While the majority of these pennies are common, certain examples continue to attract serious interest due to condition, error varieties, and collector demand. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips for collectors. Always handle coins carefully by the edges. Store valuable coins in protective holders. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the fascinating story of the Liberty 1 cent 1990 coin, exploring its history, unique features, rare errors, and the incredible values that have made collectors search through their change more carefully than ever before. The Lincoln cent is one of the most recognizable coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this iconic coin has remained a staple of American currency for generations. The 1990 Lincoln cent continued this proud tradition, featuring the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. At first glance, a 1990 penny may appear ordinary. Millions of these coins were produced and circulated throughout the country. Because of their high mintage numbers, most examples are only worth a few cents above face value. However, hidden among these common coins are rare varieties and mint errors that can command extraordinary prices in the collector market. One of the most important things collectors look for is the coin's condition. Coins that have never entered circulation often retain their original mint luster and sharp details. These uncirculated examples are graded by professional coin grading services using a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A 1990 Lincoln cent in average circulated condition may be worth only a few cents, while a pristine mint state example could be worth significantly more. The excitement surrounding the 1990 Lincoln cent largely comes from the possibility of discovering rare mint errors. Mint errors occur during the manufacturing process and can create unique coins that collectors eagerly seek. These errors may include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, or other unusual characteristics that distinguish a coin from standard production. Among the most desirable are double die errors, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. Such errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. Collectors carefully inspect dates, lettering, and design elements under magnification in hopes of spotting these rare varieties. Another factor influencing value is the mint where the coin was produced. Lincoln cents from this era were struck at different facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Mint marks help identify where a coin originated. Collectors often compare coins from different mints to determine rarity and demand. What makes coin collecting so exciting is the possibility that a valuable treasure could be hiding in plain sight. Stories regularly emerge of collectors discovering rare coins in pocket change, old piggy banks, estate sales, and inherited collections. While such discoveries are uncommon, they continue to inspire people to examine their coins more closely. When evaluating a 1990 Lincoln cent, experts recommend checking several key areas. First, examine the date and lettering for signs of doubling. Next, inspect the coin surface for unusual striking characteristics. Then, assess the overall condition, paying close attention to wear, scratches, and luster. Finally, compare the coin with known varieties listed by reputable numismatic references. Professional authentication is extremely important when dealing with potentially valuable coins. Because rare error coins can be worth substantial amounts, professional grading services play a critical role in verifying authenticity and assigning accurate grades. Collectors and investors often rely on certified coins because they provide confidence regarding a coin's condition and legitimacy. The coin market itself is constantly changing. Values can rise or fall based on collector demand, market trends, economic conditions, and the discovery of new examples. Coins that were once overlooked may become highly desirable years later as collector interest increases. This dynamic nature is one reason why coin collecting remains such a popular hobby around the world. Today, we are taking a close look at one of the most talked about modern coins among collectors, the 2003 Lincoln 1 cent. Many people overlook pennies because they assume they are only worth 1 cent. However, experienced coin collectors know that certain dates, mint varieties, and rare minting errors can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a highly desirable collectible. That's exactly why the 2003 Lincoln cent continues to attract attention from treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts across the United States. Before we dive into the details, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest coin discoveries and valuable pocket change finds. The 2003 Lincoln cent features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This iconic design has been a part of American coinage for generations and remains one of the most recognized coin designs in the world. On the reverse, the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used on Lincoln cents for decades before being replaced by newer commemorative designs. Now let's talk about what makes some 2003 penny special. The first thing collectors look for is the mint mark. Coins produced in Philadelphia typically carry no mint mark, while coins struck in Denver display the letter D. Although millions of these coins were produced, collectors are always searching for examples that stand out because of unusual characteristics, exceptional preservation, or rare minting mistakes. Condition plays a huge role in determining value. Most 2003 pennies found in circulation have experienced years of wear. Scratches, discoloration, and contact marks can significantly reduce value. However, coins that remain in pristine condition are much harder to find. Professional grading services evaluate these coins using a numerical scale, and the highest grade examples often command premium prices. One of the most exciting areas of coin collecting involves error coins. During the minting process, mistakes occasionally occur. These mistakes can create coins that differ from normal examples and become highly sought after by collectors. Some of the errors that collectors search for on 2003 Lincoln cents include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, die breaks, broad strikes, and double die varieties. Each type of error tells a unique story about what happened during production at the mint. Imagine discovering a penny where part of the design is missing because the coin was struck off-center, or finding a coin that displays unusual doubling in the lettering or date. These types of errors can dramatically increase collector interest. Another factor that affects value is rarity. Not every error coin is valuable. Some minting anomalies are common and attract little attention. Others are extremely scarce and may only be known in small numbers. The rarer the error and the stronger the visual appeal, the greater the potential collector demand. Many collectors spend years searching through bankrolls and pocket change looking for these hidden treasures. While most coins they examine are ordinary, the possibility of finding a rare variety keeps the hobby exciting. Now let's discuss market value. A typical circulated 2003 Lincoln cent is usually worth only a small amount above face value. Uncirculated examples in excellent condition can be worth more, especially if they receive high grades from professional grading services. Coins featuring significant and authenticated mint errors may sell for considerably higher amounts depending on rarity and collector demand. When evaluating a potentially valuable coin, authentication is extremely important. Professional grading companies can verify whether a coin is genuine and determine whether an apparent error is actually a legitimate mint-made variety. This step helps protect both buyers and sellers in the marketplace.